Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Live. If you're new, welcome. If you're new, I don't usually have 3 kitties behind me, but they are here. They're in their condo having their dinner. And yeah, we have a farm now in our house. We have a dog and 3 kittens, and they're going to be leaving us, we think Monday or Tuesday. But they are inside. They are defleed. They are vaccinated. They are getting very cute and very lovable, and we're having fun with them. So, but it is around the clock. I was just saying last night, I am exhausted. It seems like we're just taking care of animals around the clock. So anyway, all right, guys. So welcome. And I just want to let you quickly know that I got my shipment of cards in. So if you are wanting some, they are in. So you can order them. And I don't have them in the description now, but I'll put it down there when I'm done here. When we're done tonight, you can go and order cards if you want. And if you already put an order in, they'll be going out in the next couple of days. So you're all good. If you've written me an email in the last few days, I have not answered you. I will get to you. I promise. Where I'm a little buried right now, but I will get to my emails, and I apologize for being late. So let's get to the questions because a lot is happening. Trump didn't go into the grand jury, which I am shocked. I thought because he is so innocent, he would probably be in there telling his story and just being very open and honest about it. But no, he did not do that. So surprise, surprise. All right, guys. And I also do name checks at the end. So I welcome everyone here and thank you for coming in and hanging out, and we have a lot of fun. So I know I wish I could get close-ups of the kittens. I'll try my best. I'm kind of hooked up to lots of wires here, but I will put it like that. Can you see them? They're just playing. There's 2 little orange ones and a little gray one. Yeah, they're kind of eating and drinking right now. So, all right, guys. In fact, I got another wire here I need to put in. All right, so I don't get disconnected. Okay, so let's go here. Okay. Well, the next Jack Smith indictment finally wake up the MAGA Bay. Oh yes, they'll wake right up. They'll wake right up. Let's see how they'll take it, though. Let's see how they'll take it. Okay, so did I just heard again, if you're new, I will tell you, I'm just scribbling. A lot of times, sometimes it will turn into pictures unbeknownst to me, but usually it's just random scribbling or random words that come through, and that's all I'm doing here on the table. But it's just a way to kind of concentrate quickly. So, okay, so there's something about like fraud, finance, or finance fraud or something that I actually feel like will have a kind of not a huge impact on his base, but will have kind of an effect. There's so many charges that I can't remember what this is about, but it's something about, I'm just hearing finance, fraud, finance, something like that. So there's something about finance and fraud, something about that. So there will be something coming up here. But I kind of feel like it's the DOJ that's bringing it. I don't feel like I don't feel like it's Jack Smith. But I feel like that's going to have kind of a kind of a chilling effect in a way on his base. They won't like it. But of course, it won't be everybody. It'll be a portion. They're so locked in now, right? They're so locked in that to turn away at this point, it's just unlikely, you know? I think until he's in jail and disappears or disappears in some way. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Disappears in some way, it's going to kind of be, it will be really, really hard for them to just turn away from what they have, you know, what they've helped to create. Thank you, Elizabeth Fuller, as well. I missed anyone. I'm sorry about that. But thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, Debbie. All right. So that's what I'm getting. I'm not getting so much with the Jack stuff, but I feel like there is something that kind of has may make a few people drop off, and it's something to do with finance and fraud. Finance, something like that. Or money and fraud, something with money. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you, Spirit Watcher Suzanne. Welcome. You're a new member. We'll be doing mini readings next week, so you can be in on those. Welcome, welcome. And just go to the member section and you'll find the calendar for the next 3 months. Alrighty. Crazy kitties. Were the 16 traitors who put forward the alternate electors in Michigan shocked when they learned they might face prison time for fraud? So remember we talked about this long time ago, a few months ago. Somebody had asked, would these people like face jail time? And my guides kind of said it would be kind of hit and miss with the different states, but that people would go to jail and there would be people, facing consequences, but it would kind of vary, and the charges and what charges would kind of vary state to state, but that people would be, held accountable for this stuff. So it's happening, and I'm happy about that. It's important, it's important to let people know they can't do this kind of stuff, So were they surprised? This is Michigan. It's really interesting because I feel like these people, the overall feeling that I get is like, we're not criminals. I'm not a criminal. I think they have an idea of what a criminal is and what they look like, and they're not that. So it's like, how can they say I'm a criminal? So I feel like they're very indignant. It's the best way to put it, I guess, kind of indignant and like, how dare you kind of thing. But I do feel that it's going to have a kind of effect for some people to kind of rethink what they're doing with their life and that kind of thing. Because I think as the closer it gets to reality, I mean, right now, like, they've just been charged, right? But when they have to start going to court and hire lawyers and have to go and it upsets their life, I feel like there's going to be a real, a reevaluation of what am I doing with my life? So I feel like some people it may shake them awake as far as what they're actually doing, and kind of like the Gen Sixers, like some of them are like, oh, this is completely a sham and I was lied to, and so some of them got it, and other people are just still completely in the dark or whatever, delusional. But some people woke up and they're like, oh, this is getting real, and I can't believe this happened. And so that will happen to some of these electors. It will shake them awake. So that's what I'm getting. Because it's, it's very different to act tough and think like, well, I didn't do anything wrong and how dare you and that kind of thing. But when it gets real and it's actually affecting your life and taking money out of your pocket and all these things and could really affect your future, it changes. People change. Or they can change. Let me put it this way, they have the opportunity to change. Yeah. Oh, getting some milk. At this point, who do your guides think will be the GOP nominee? Everyone keeps asking that. Conventionalism is Trump, but do your guides agree? Every time for about 2 years now, I've gotten it's not going to be. I didn't think it would be Trump. It could be Trump. It could absolutely be Trump, but it was like not Trump, not DeSantis. And the only reason I say that is unless Trump completely changes the way that he is, or DeSantis changes the way that he is, because it doesn't feel like that person. And yet I can't put my finger on who it is. I would say it's closer to a Pence energy, even a Chris Christie. It feels like more of like a Christian-y kind of person, a kind of self-righteous kind of Christian kind of. It's not Nikki Haley, because I feel like it's a man. And I don't know why my guides wouldn't like show me who it is if they're in the running now and we know who it is, unless it's just so kind of there is a lot of free will at play right now. But for a long time, I've gotten that it doesn't feel like Trump or DeSantis. I've never gotten that. So yeah, I mean, right now it looks like it'll be Trump, but I can only go with what my guides tell me. And what I'm getting is that it's not either of these guys. And it's going to be someone more along that, a little more traditional, but I actually feel like they are involved with like the Heritage Foundation and that kind of thing, more along the lines of the Supreme Court-ish. So in a way, their own dangerousness, just not as chaotic, but still not good and still not going to win. So, and if it's Trump, he's not going to win. He's not going to win. There's no way in this world he's going to win. So, okay. So Linda said it will be Trump, and that absolutely could be. I just have never gotten that. And I don't know why. I don't know why. But either way, it's going to be Biden. So, that's okay. But so that's what I get. Some Christian guy, some unnamed Christian guy, some tight ass from the Heritage Foundation. Yeah, I agree. The energy. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Is Joe Manchin going to form a third party? AKA the turd party. Yes. He's already formed that party. Okay. Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin. You know what? He's getting paid by somebody. He's getting money from somebody. It doesn't feel foreign. It feels like homegrown, like billionaires. I want to say oil people, oil money. Stock. I just heard stock. So he's getting paid to do this kind of stuff for entertainment purposes only. For entertainment purposes only. Um, I feel like they're doing like almost like focus groups to see like, would this hurt the Democrats or would this hurt the Republicans if he did this? So I feel like they may throw it around, but I feel like it will hurt Republicans more. So I don't think he will in the end. But he's getting money to do this kind of stuff. And it's, to me, it feels like oil money and from something with stocks. So like to be the fly in the ointment kind of thing, like, but I feel like right now they're looking into it, and I feel like it will hurt Republicans more, so I don't think he'll do it. Because I think he's working for them. I think he's kind of on their team in a lot of ways. Maybe not in every way, but overall, he's playing on that. He gains more from that side, basically, from the Republicans right now. So yeah, these people have to go. They just have to go, right? Is Trump going to take part in the debates? Hmm. It's interesting because I feel like he will, but I feel like it might be a question up to the last minute because I feel like that he makes all these demands, all these different demands. You can't talk about this. You can't ask about this. I'm not going to talk about this. So I feel like up until the last minute, we may not know, but I feel like he will. Or it may be a little bit unknown right now, to tell you the truth, because I feel like he's going to make a whole bunch of demands, and it's going to depend on whether they meet all the demands, because I feel like they're kind of ridiculous, so that he can say, well, they didn't meet my demands and I told them that I da, da, da. So I feel like it's a way to get out of the debates, but it almost feels like the last minute he'll be there. So I'm going to say a very soft yes. Okay, so I'll say a soft yes. That makes sense. But he's going to try to get out of it by being a jerk. Will Boebert face any repercussions for throwing a pin memorializing 10-year-old victims of a mass shooting in the trash? If not, karma is broken. It's true. Yeah, I even had to say something about that on Twitter because it was just so, I just think, how can you just live in that kind of just being just so hateful? It must be exhausting and just miserable to be that just awful all the time. Okay. she's got some like personal scandals coming or something. And she's not going to win her next election. So, I mean, yeah, there are a few of them that are leaving. I mean, they're going to be gone soon. I'm asking if there's charges coming for her. I feel like yes, but it's personal. To me, it feels like about something with maybe like campaign finance or something like that. It feels kind of more something she's done kind of personally. Taken money from something or paid something with something else, or I'm not sure what this is, but it feels more personal, and it feels like it's going to be kind of a last straw, kind of like, oh God, that's, it's just never mind. So something like that is coming for her, as well as she's going to lose. I feel like she's going to lose her next election. So just hang on with her, because I feel like it's not much longer that we'll have to see her face. See her frowny face. Why is Biden's approval so low? Is it being manipulated? So part of it is like the press he gets. It's not that they don't help him. Let me put it that way. They're not helping him out with a lot of the press that he gets. And he's not like a braggart. Trump was such a braggart. Rhonda, thank you. For stuff he did do and didn't do. He just would take credit for everything, and that's all he would do, is just brag about himself. And he doesn't do that. He just kind of puts his head down and kind of does his job. He's more of a traditional type, just does the job he was hired for. People. So I'm getting that there's a real problem with understanding how far behind the like the middle class and the poor working class have fallen behind. Like even just like young people not being able to pay their school debts and having to find alternative ways to live and things like that, because it's just so everything's so out of reach. That's what I want to say. And there's this disconnect with the people who do well and who are doing really well, that is the case. And I feel like that needs to be acknowledged more, because a lot of people don't feel like he really gets that. And I don't think that's necessarily true, but that's what I'm picking up. I feel like people don't think he gets it. So when you see stuff like inflation and they're like, calm down, everybody, it's going to be fine, people are already struggling. So to hear interest rates are going up and inflation is going to be a thing, it's scary to people. It's hard. Yes, wealth inequality has gotten worse. Exactly. So I feel like it's a combination of all those things. So I'm getting those things are kind of the things that are working against him. However, I'm also being shown that up against the people that are going to be up against him, his approval will go up. It's partly there is nobody right now, right? It's just whoever, somebody else. if it's Trump, it will go way up. If it's, even if it's Pence, it will probably go way up. If it's whoever, it will go way up. So there might be a few that would give him a run for his money, but it's also that there is no opponent right now too. No, it's just some alternative. And I think that a lot of people feel like they want someone who's more sensitive to that and who's more, again, maybe the press could help them out a little bit, maybe these other things, but that's a thing that's going to be with us for a while. And those, I mean, the fact we just have so many billionaires and stuff, it's all just out of kilter right now, and we're accepting it as normal, and it's not, right? The other thing that is happening, that if you go back and you can go watch my beginning of the year, things that my guides gave for the beginning of the year, they talked about all the strikes that were going to happen. And I kept seeing, I even saw Starbucks and Disney and places like that where it's like, how is this going to happen? But we're seeing with the whole thing with SAG and everything, and now they're saying that UPS may join. It's happening. So, and that's the kind of stuff that needs to happen to get things back on track. It really does. It has to be us. It has to be people working, saying we're not going to do this anymore. Pay us normal wages and stop paying your stupid CEOs that do nothing. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. You can go watch the beginning of the year, the predictions for 2023. It talks all about exactly what's going on. And they said it's going to be a David and Goliath year, where the kind of the little guy is going to take down the big guy. And that's the Trump stuff. All that's like Eugene Carroll and all that stuff goes right in with that, but also workers and taking on CEOs. Thank you, Catherine. So nice of you. Thank you, guys. So there you are. Not going to take it anymore. Is there a possibility Florida could ever mount a recall of DeSantis, similar to how California did with Davis? Yeah, and they also tried with our current governor, which failed miserably. It was so embarrassing for them. But yeah, let's look and see. That would be just hilarious if that did happen. I'm hearing money. So I feel like money would be an issue to do that. Like they may not have the money to do that, or whoever is on the opposition isn't willing to put up the money right now. And it's funny because Democrats are very wary about doing stuff like that. It's more Republicans that do things like that, but I'm not getting that. I feel like it's because money is an issue, that it's very expensive to do that, is what I'm getting. And that there's not really a backer or the money to do it right now. But that would be hilarious, and I would welcome it wholeheartedly. Thank you, Michelle, my belle. Thank you so much for the super sticker. So nice of you. Is there a possibility? Oh. That's the same question. Has Trump been affected by long-term COVID? Nobody talks about this, but the current Trump is a fat pill imitation of the Trump from 10 years ago. And the Trump from 10 years ago wasn't so hot either. So that is saying something. Let me see about that. That's a really good question. And there's also, I was talking about, there's also something that's being called COVID psychosis that some people are having. It's not like widespread like long COVID is, but it is a thing that's happening where people are being like hospitalized. It's almost like the same symptoms as schizophrenia, and it's called COVID psychosis. And it has to do with all that, like the brain, oxygen to the brain and all that stuff. So it's having some, different weird effects that we didn't, anticipate. So let me see if long-term COVID for Trump. So I'm getting the term drug addled. So I feel like that it's more effective the drug use over time that has hurt his brain, and also his what his dad had been. Somebody said last time it was Alzheimer's. So so it's partly heredity, and then partly they're saying like drug use and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. That would do it. You have, Well, the Bowbird versus MTG Orchid Otter, will they destroy each other? And is it okay to hope for this? No, it's not okay to hope for that. Don't just let them let them do what they do. Okay, so, but you can do the most benevolent outcome. What is the most benevolent outcome? Okay. Okay, let me see where they are right now. Yeah, they really don't like each other, but and I do feel like it's kind of jealousy on both sides. Some of it is like attention, some of it is money. Definitely like a power struggle. Who listens to me and who listens to me? To me, it almost is like they're kind of forming coalitions, or trying to, or thinking they are, or something like that. I'm being shown like the I love my guys because they're funny. Like Survivor, like that the show Survivor, kind of like forming coalitions and trying to survive, basically. At least that's what I take from it, and doing whatever they have to kind of survive in their own, and try to thrive in their own position. But if anyone is going to stay, and I think it's just because of the district she's in, it's MTG, but I feel like she is going to be having legal stuff with like Jan 6 and all that stuff. So this is going to look very different in 2 years. Let me just tell you that. It's going to be very, very different in a couple of years. A lot of these people, well, maybe not a lot, several people may be in jail. Several people may be on trial. Several people may be just out of a job. So it's going to look very different a couple of years from now. I'm just letting you know, overall to kind of allow yourself to move into that energy of it is going to be very different in a couple of years. We're just kind of seeing the remnants of awful, basically, and having to kind of deal with the fallout of these awful people. Okay. MTG showed off Hunter Biden dick pics in congressional panel. What? Is that true, Adam? Is that a real thing? Or they just said that?
It's absolutely a real thing, and they had to blur it out on TV. It was him my understanding is there were photos that had been taken from his laptop, so it was non-consensual.
What?
He's a private citizen. He's not a politician. He's not a public figure, and she had them blown up. The only funny thing is that somebody commented that after seeing his dick pics that they should refer to him as the big guy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thanks. Yeah, I did not hear that. This breaks several DC laws on revenge porn as the images were ripped off his stolen laptop. Will this bite her in the flat ass? So what the heck are with these people? I don't understand. And how dumb. That new ad with her telling all of the wonderful things about Biden is hilarious. She's not smart. She is doing the dumbest things. Well, maybe that's why I'm getting like her being charged and all these. Yeah, let me see about that. But I feel like it's with January 6th, but let me see about this. Ooh, I'm getting like a lawsuit. I'm getting a lawsuit. He may sue her or something like that. It does feel like a lawsuit coming. How dumb can you be? I'm getting a lawsuit, you guys. So he may try to sue her or he may sue her. Wow. Or sued by somebody. I assume it's him, but I feel like there's a lawsuit coming. For her. The Center of Renewing America is a Christian group backing Trump. What do your guides say about this outfit? Center for, well, they sound legitimate. They sound legitimate. They want to renew America, whatever that means. The Center for Renewing America. They're a front for something else. I'm getting like a board of like, it feels like a board, like a board of people, a board of, like a board group that's behind them. And they're kind of like a front group. I feel like they're a real group, but they've been asked to do this by some kind of board. A lot of just very, very wealthy men and women, both men and women. So what I get is they are a real Christian group, but they're a front for something else with a different kind of agenda. And they share some things in common, like share some, like the abortion things like that. Like they're on board with a few of but their agenda is a little bit different. To me, it has more to do with economics and taxes and cheap labor, things like that. It's their whole thing is money stuff, but they've got this Christian group that aligns with them on certain things for maybe different reasons, and then they're kind of fronting this you know, um, agenda for this other group. So it's almost like two groups have come together, one in the name, and then the other one's kind of backing it financially, helping financially help pushing it. The money's coming through them for entertainment purposes only. I get a. There's something with this group, the backing, the ones in the back are like, I get trafficking with them, something with trafficking. So I feel like they're involved in weird, some illegal stuff that is kind of weird. So I don't know what their deal is, but they feel like, to me, they feel like a board, almost like a board of people that have come together.
Well, they certainly look like a board when you go to the website. I mean, and I don't know what kind of trafficking you're talking about, whether it's drugs.
I don't know either. I just heard trafficking.
People, but so Russ Voigt, who is the president of the Center for Renewing America, Trump said of him, Russell Voigt did a fabulous job in my administration. So you know that's true. And I have no doubt he would do a great job in continuing our quest to make America great again.
Ugh, gag.
Yeah, all of their board members are who's that of white power. So anyway.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Definitely has that vibe for sure. Okay. What is the intention behind Elon Musk? He's been such a weirdo in the last few years. Yeah, he has been a weirdo. The intention behind Elon Musk. Intention behind Elon Musk. I heard, and I'm not quite sure what this means, but I heard co-opt the future. So I feel like he is wanting to be on the ground floor of a lot of, like, maybe AI, just different ventures to become really rich and powerful, and to kind of be a part of these new technologies and things like that. The thing that I get about him, though, is that it's not that he necessarily like is evil, like he has evil intentions, but I feel like he's kind of amoral. Like it doesn't necessarily matter if it's, if he just doesn't have any. Yeah, he's just a little amoral to me. He just kind of is like, he's very, maybe he just doesn't have a lot of empathy, and he's kind of just driven by money and being involved in new ventures and trying to stay on top and be the, be in charge and stuff. And I think he likes all the trappings of that. So that's what I'm getting. But it co-opt the future. I feel like that's probably, and that's from my guides, but that's probably a good way to put it, because it does feel like he wants to be on the ground floor of a lot of these new things. But the thing is that I don't feel like he has I feel like he's kind of on a downward trajectory more than an upward, but I feel like he wants to be. That's what he wants. That's what he's hoping to be. But I don't feel like that's actually where he's going. But you asked about his intention. So that's what I'm getting. Yeah, see, and I kind of put him in a Rupert Murdoch. CC says I think he's a sociopath. I sat next to Rupert Murdoch at the Super Bowl. And I think I would kind of put him in that Rupert Murdoch category, maybe, that it's kind of like just whatever he has to do to kind of have his business and keep it going and keep getting rich and stuff. So it's, yeah, I kind of maybe would put them in the same category. Thank you, Azalea. Super sticker. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. They're getting hungry. Where are the safest places for climate change? Good question. It almost looks like if you looked at the United States, it almost looks like if you were like on the outer, welcome Rondaroo to our membership. If you looked at the outer edges and particularly at the bottom, it's almost like everything kind of moves up and in. So I don't know all of everything that's in that area, but it kind of feels like there will be parts of like, and I don't know how far I'm looking ahead. This is just what they're giving me as far as like the map, but it's like it goes like the outer edges in uninhabitable, down south, parts of down south uninhabitable. Everything kind of moves in and kind of up, and it does feel like several parts of Europe, several parts of Eastern Europe. There's several areas of Africa. It seems like the same thing happens there. It's kind of things move in and up. And I feel like a lot of the islands are either some are gone or like a little bit like up like a little bit, you can see it a little bit, like the land, you can see it. This feels like 50 years away. It doesn't feel like it's tomorrow, but it feels like this is where things are going. Yeah, I would agree with that, Bob. Edgar Casey says to not worry about where you live, more about how you live. And I think that's true. I think what, may happen in and I think it will be, some areas will be like not inhabitable anymore. Like maybe parts of Arizona and parts of Nevada and stuff where you have those really, really hot areas. So even if you're moving away from the coast, you still may have areas that are uninhabitable. Canada, it's interesting because Canada seems kind of okay in a weird way, but it does feel like things are the weather patterns are very different. At least from where I'm sitting and looking at. It's like the weather patterns are off or different. But even like with California, I don't feel like it's like all of California is gone. It's, went into the sea. It's just some areas. It's like the beachy areas or whatever. It's kind of like the outer edges are kind of just more in. And that's what happens, right? We adjust, just like there are parts of Florida where you cannot get insurance anymore. So some people take their chances and some people, have moved away and are like, yeah, forget it. I'm out of here. Yeah. Does Ireland shrink significantly? Let me just look at Ireland real quick. Where are the White Cliffs of Dover, Adam? So I feel like they're
White Cliffs of Dover are in Dover.
but where do you see them from?
South of England. But you'd see them coming into England, so you'd see them from France.
Okay, because I'm getting like they'll be gone or you can't see them or something. Something about the White Cliffs of Dover. So, but Ireland, I'm not getting anything. It doesn't feel like there's any. That's the only thing that came up, but that's all. Okay, so I'm not getting anything with Ireland. Anything like that's. So I think it'll be okay. I guess it'll be okay, or maybe there'll be a little adjustments, but not anything too crazy. Yeah, I've seen the White Cliffs of Dover. I think I saw them. Don't you see them when you go on the ferry to France?
Yeah, depending where you leave from. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
I think from Dover to France.
Them.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, if you leave from Dover. Okay, yeah, because I think I've seen them too. Okay, yeah, I just couldn't place it. I'm old now. Can't place it. I don't know where stuff is. Hey, babies. We're almost done. We're going to feed them. What is Robert Kennedy Jr.? What is Robert Kennedy's end game? Currently, he's feted by the right wing who like to use him for their own narrative. What's driving him? Yes, let's look at him. Oh, I just heard ego. So he's got a huge ego. He's got he also has some different kind of ideas about things. I think kind of like he has different ideas about things, but I do actually feel like they're genuine. Like I feel like he really does believe these things. It's not like a put on. But to me, it's interesting because I feel like now they do kind of align more with the right. I think at some point maybe they would have aligned more with the far left or something, but now if he would run and be like a third candidate, he would more likely hurt the right wing candidate. So I don't know what they're doing here. Have they mentioned him at all with Russia, about Russia? Because I'm getting something with Russia coming up with him. If he's like a supporter of theirs, or like he supports Russia or something.
One headline here in the Hill is that RFK Jr. says Russia is acting in good faith in the Ukraine invasion.
Okay, so yeah, to me, it's like he's kind of a Russia kind of not a like a spokesperson, or like touting some of their nonsense. Pardon?
I said useful idiot.
Yeah, kind of a useful idiot. Yeah, but because I do feel like he has some just weird ideas, but he does actually believe them. He's kind of a weird guy with a big ego. And so I guess he's just like, I have all these weird ideas, and I'm sure everybody wants to know about them. I need to tell everybody. But yeah, he's, yeah, so that's too bad. What is the future of higher education in America? Good question. Good questions tonight, you guys. And good at choosing the questions, Adam. Good job. Good job, everybody. Okay, higher education. It's higher education. I feel like there's going to be a few like government programs that come in to kind of, it almost feels like a work for America or teach for America or something like that. Oh, thank you, Truth. Thank you so much. Wow. Where they kind of are going to be helping to subsidize people that want to do, I don't know, maybe work like in a economically challenged area or something like that for a couple years. Almost like a GI Bill, but for regular people. So I feel like something is coming like that for people who want to do more traditional jobs. But I also feel like there's going to be a lot of people choosing to do more learning specific trades. And I know we have trade schools, but it feels like they have to do with, thank you. Somebody said about the green industry. Yes. Like working in specific green jobs and specific dealing with like the new AI technologies and things like that, people that actually have to be trained for specific things. And so there's going to be this like mass training and that kind of thing. So it almost feels like it's traditional higher education is still there, and it's helped in some way, grants and things like that, or whatever, help through the government for people that really want to go. But then there's also these other kind of trade schools or specific job kind of schools or whatever courses that people take to just like do for like a year and then work immediately. And I feel like they're needed. Like they're really trying to get people, it's almost like they're recruiting people to go into these schools, to go into these jobs quickly because we need them quickly. So I feel like it's going to change a lot, and it will be better in a lot of ways because people will be, they can do things more quickly, and maybe, and not everybody wants to do 4, 5, 6, 8 years of school. They want to just go and work. So it will be kind of a good mix of people being able to go to school quickly, work quickly, and other people that want to do kind of a longer courses or longer training can do that. So it's going to be a mixed bag. But it will be better. It will take time because it's going to change a lot. And we're so resistant to change. A lot of, especially things that are big, like the education system. We're very resistant, just like we're resistant to the healthcare changes and stuff. But it will be better. But it will take a little bit of time to get this going. And I do feel like they'll be recruiting people, come and take this course or come and take this training because we need you, or like nurses and things like that, where it's like we really need people. So come and take this course, and come and do this, and the pay is good and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. I know you hate true crime and serial killers, but the question is, do they have the right guy in Long Island? Long Island. Long Island. Oh, the serial killer. Yeah, Long Island. So, for entertainment purposes only, yes, they do. I feel like the details coming out are going to be quite awful, and that I feel like there may even be like a study of this guy of some kind, because I feel like he may be like almost like something we haven't seen before, or something that's kind of new in the type of criminal or something. So something's coming with that. So he may even be like a study case or something, but they have the right guy. Sorry to say, or happy to say, or whatever. Yeah, poor families, exactly. It's just awful. All right. Oh, when will the Hollywood strike end? Okay. Hollywood strike. Okay. We do have a personal connection to the Hollywood strike. So I read for someone that is involved in the Hollywood strike, and I told them that I felt like SAG would enter the strike, but this was all going to be quite a long process. I felt like in the end they would get what they wanted. They would get some changes that they wanted, but it really was going to be a fight, and it was going to be kind of long. I feel like it may be sometime in August, actually. And it's weird because I feel like there's something coming up with contracts, or certain people's contracts, or certain bunch of contracts or something that are coming up in fall, in like early fall, like I want to say like end of August, September, or something like that. So I feel like it will be sometime in August. That's what I'm getting right now anyway. Time's weird, as we all know, with, predicting things, but it does feel like we're rounding a bend of some kind. So it does feel like it's around, somewhere in August. Hang in there, strikers. Last big question. Ooh. Okay. Has humanity had any contact with extraterrestrials? Is the Earth Alliance a real thing? The Earth Alliance. Okay, I don't know what that is. As you know, I'm kind of out of it when it comes to ETs and things like that. So let me ask this question. So, okay, I'm getting absolutely yes. We have had contact. I am getting the Earth Alliance is that we don't, however we're thinking of it now is not quite right. It's more, what I'm getting is kind of more loosely based, or more loosely, kind of a loose kind of alliance or an understanding or something like that, but it's not quite, to me, it doesn't feel as organized as we think it is, or as set in stone or something. Again, it's hard without any context at all, but they're saying it's kind of more of a loosey-goosey kind of thing, rather than a, absolute alliance that is very organized and It's not like that. But yeah, it's 100% we've had contact of some kind. So that's what I got. I'm surprised, but there we go. And their little kitties are getting hungry because they're getting all crazy. So thank you, Adam. Thank you for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. I'll put the cards thing in the. If you guys want my cards, I'll put it in the description. So if you want to order them, you can. They're in. All right. So I'm gonna say goodnight to you guys. And if you want me to check your name, put it in, and I will. Okay, so Patricia Frenzino, thank you so much. Susan Bame, Kelly Scarborough. Hi, Kelly. Tarot by the Bay, Sweetie Darling Lulu. Adam, thanks so much. Happy Thursday. Yay. Tarot by the Bay, thanks so much. Connie B. Darren, Celtic Seer. Mimi Eichholtz. Minuet. Jane the Secret Tarot, thanks so much. Sandra Wilcox, Connie B, CC Ryder, Hilda Flores, Connie B, Gigi by the Sea, Shelly S, Rhonda Rue, Bernice Henson, Debbie K, Chris Wickens, Sparky, Jay Haynes, D Fleming, Patricia Frenzino, I think I said that already. Hilda Flores, Shelly S, Spirit Made Me Do It. Oh, hi, sweetie, how are you? Okay, Sparky, Patricia was Marcy. Couldn't think of her name right away. Marcy. SD Shakti, Tina C, Samelia Banko, Bernice Henson, Adam, Darren, Debbie K, Delilah Gillis, Melissa Miller, Susan Bain, Kat Smith. I feel like I'm at the end of the with Cha-Cha Brown and Kevin's Loving Vibrations. Hello, Kevin. Sparky, Hilda Flores, Rhonda Rue, Pegasus, Sweetie Darling Lulu, Darren, E.S., Penny Robinson, Jay Haynes, Carol Gallagher, Pam C. C8 Cakes. C8. Wait. How am I doing that? Cakes? I don't know. NH Mountain Dancer, Karen Conroy. Hi, Karen. Craig, there's Craig. I will feed the cats. Adam's making the food right now. Rhonda Roos, Amelia Van Cole. Believe me, they're not starving. They do pretty well. Jacqueline Walters, Tim Welliser, thank you. Bernice Henson, War in Ukraine, Bob Reynolds, Jess R., Megan Woods, Janice Connett, Azalea, thanks so much. Butterfly Kisses, Nancy Tomchek, the Diane Brewer, Mama Bear Love, cute. Libra Love 1111. Cynthia Pierce, Sherry Boyer, Angela, thank you. Melee Kramer, Anita Cosplay, Dan the Artist Painter. Hi, Dan. Craig Dixon again. Oh, Clara says hi. Hello, Clara. Rhonda Rue, Debbie K, Steph S, Bernice Henson, Susan Bain, Daisy Girl Squeaker, Carol Michael, Noel Douglas, Gigi by the Sea, Tish L, Chris Wickens, Jay Haynes, Mary Fanoof, Darren, thank you. Jan Burke, Kim C, Sparky, Linda Weaver, Tim Walliser, Jody Johnson, thank you so much. Bernice Henson, Roxy, Twin Flames, Kelly Bond, Prince Charming's mom, hello. Pamela Doss, Freeman Terry, Moon Compass, Oh, and thank you for anyone that was helping with the doing thumbs up and any monitors that helped and moderators that helped. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's really sweet. I really appreciate it. Okay. I think I've said Lucretia Valdez, Diva, Elaine Arnoldi, and I guess that's it. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. And if you join the club tonight, just go to the main page and hit membership and go down a little bit and you'll see the 3-month calendar. And if you have any questions, just email me. And if you're waiting for an email from me, you'll get it in the next day or two. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. I will tend to these kitties. Oh, Linda LeClaire, thank you so much. And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good weekend and we'll see you later. Bye.